Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me on another one of my Create a Card Mondays. Today's card is a very simple Christmas card, but it's very homey and had a ton of fun making it, and I thought that I would share it with you because I think that you'll enjoy making it also. The stamp set that I used today is one of the new stamp sets that you can find in our holiday catalog called Wrapped in Warm. If you currently do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, get in touch with me and I will send you a catalog out as soon as possible. So you can find this on page 12 and 13 of the catalog. You can see here that I am using this stamp set. I also wanted to point out that I'm going to be using the, you can see behind this twine, I used some baker's twine from the Warmth and Cheer designer washi tape, along with the two markers that coordinate with this. I love that Stampin' Up! has made some little marker bundles for you of the colors throughout the catalog, so I thought that I would feature that. That's really nice. And then the designer series paper, this is actually from this Christmas, which you can find in our annual catalog. I've used this designer series paper on another one of my Christmas cards, so I thought I would use it again. I just love the color combination, so it really is speaking to me recently. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that you are going to need is a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and this is just the traditional A2 size card. It measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored that at 4 1/4. So just take your bone folder and just give it a good burnish on that score line. And then you're going to take that piece of designer series paper, so it's double-sided, so if you wanted to use that side you could, but I'm going to use the diagonal stripes. And this just is going to completely cover the front panel of the card base, so this just measures 4 1/4 by 5.5. And I'm just going to use my snail to attach that. And just make sure that you've got this going on straight. So I like to start on the left side where the score mark is, line it up, and then press it down where it's all flat, no bubbles. If you do happen to have a little overhang, just take your scissors and just trim that off. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do is to get a piece of garden green cardstock, and this measures 2 by 5. And I'm going to punch the bottom part of the cardstock, give it a little notched in, and I'm using our triple banner punch, or banner triple punch, I should say. A crazy name. So you just slide it in there. This is 2 inches is the largest width that you can make, and I just punch that, and we're going to put that here in the center of the card, but we'll put all that together in just a minute. So let's go ahead and do our stamping, and I've already got this all set up. I'm going to use my Misty. I thought this would be the easiest way to do it. So this very vanilla cardstock here, that measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And so what I'm going to do, and I'll zoom in for this, I'm just going to take my 2 markers and color in the words and the graphic of the colors that I want. So if you look in the sample, I've got Christmas in red, this little bottom border, and then those side little lines all in red, and then the smaller words are in the garden green. So let me zoom in a little bit. And so with the Stampin' Right markers, if you've never seen these before, whoops, you have 2 ends. You have the skinny end and then you have the thick end. Skinny end is perfect for journaling, and then the thick end, these are your brush ends. So this is the ends that you're going to use to color in your stamps. So let's go ahead and start with the cherry cobbler, and you just color it in like this. And the nice thing is that you can go over this as many times as you want to really get intense color. Okay, and then come down here. And I really like the look of multicolors in the stamps. I think it gives
It just gives a lot of interest to the sentiment and what you're stamping. I mean, it would look nice all in one color, but I just think it looks pretty with with two colors. All right, so now I'm coming in with garden green, and I'm just going to be real careful not to mix the colors. And like I said, you can go over this as many times as you want just to make that color bolder. And come in with this. And then what you'll want to do, you want to use your breath. You want to huff on the stamps just to reactivate the ink. And then from here we'll stamp it onto the cardstock. So let me bend down and huff this real quick. Okay, and so I'm just going to press this on there. Okay, I see where there's a little bit that I didn't get, so with the Misty, this is what makes it so nice. So I'm going to come back in here and get the top of the M and the A. For whatever reason, I didn't get that good enough. All right, let's try this again. There we go. So that's what it's going to look like. Zoom out. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this off. Done with that. Okay. And then you're just going to want to get a scrap piece of very vanilla cardstock, and you're going to want to get the little Christmas tree stamp. And I'm going to go ahead and use my garden green ink pad, and you're just going to stamp that on here. There we go. And then you're just going to cut this out, and this is really easy to fussy cut because it's just straight edges. So I'm just leaving just a little bit of a very vanilla border around the stamped image. Okay, and then just cut this bottom piece off here. Okay, there we go. And what I'm going to do is use a dimensional and just pop up the Christmas tree. Go ahead and use 2. I'll use 1.5. There we go. And that is just going to go right above the stamped sentiment. Okay, so that's just going to go right above the Mayor. So like that. Okay, so now we can go ahead and bring this in. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the banner just using snail, and I'm going to put that right there in the middle of my card. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of snail here on the very vanilla panel, but I'm going to put this where the garden green is showing at the top as well as the bottom. So that's just going to go right there. But now I'm going to use the washi tape and just get a little strip of that. And then that's going to go right up on there. It's where it gives the look that that's what's holding this down. I mean, you could very well do that, but I like just to put a little bit of snail underneath there just to make it sure that it is secure. And then I'm going to use the cherry cobbler and the gold twine that comes in the trio pack. Here's the garden green. So these 3 come together, and you can find this in our holiday catalog as well. So I thought that was such a great little combo pack. So I'm going to use these, or trio pack. So I'm going to use these 2 colors and make a double bow. So let's go ahead and just cut enough to make a bow. So that's plenty. So what I do is just make sure that they're both together up here at the top. Just make that bow. And so I'm just going to pull the tails of both at the same time. There we go. And just kind of fiddle with the bows and the tails until you like the way it looks. And then the easiest thing is just to take a glue dot. Y'all have seen me do this many times. I just like to take a glue dot, fold it in half, and then I'm just going to stick it up right here on the washi tape in the center, and then just mush the knot in there. And then again, you can kind of fiddle with it to give it the look that you want. And then you can come in with your scissors and just cut the tails to the desired length. And there you have it. Just a fun, easy, very easy Christmas card to reproduce, to make for all of your friends and family. It didn't take a whole lot of supplies, and like I said, I think your friends would love to receive this. So this was using the Wrapped in Warmth stamp set, along with this Christmas designer series paper that you can find in the annual catalog, and then the stamp, the markers, and the twine. You can find all of that in our holiday catalog. All right, guys, well, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm shooting for 5,000 subscribers, so if you have not hit that subscription button, please do that. And please join me tomorrow. I'm going to have my normal Stampin' Up or Stampin' 3D Wednesday up, but I'm going to also have a really exciting project that I can't wait to show y'all. It's actually 3 projects in one, if that kind of makes sense. It will. It'll make sense tomorrow. So anyway, join me again tomorrow or on Wednesday, and I'll see you then. Bye.